Yo, so I'm doing This Week in Hip Hop, but it's on my phone. As I stated in my Smino Quick Thoughts video, my camera is kind of done right now, and I need to get a new camera. So this week will be recorded on my phone, and I mean, the quality for phones is actually pretty good, so there should be no complaints. Okay, so let's go. So T.I. responded to Donald Trump calling out Snoop Dogg, and the response was very funny, but the thing is like, should Snoop Dogg have really shown this in the video? It is kind of a controversial thing. Although freedom of speech does exist, this is still kind of controversial because it is Snoop Dogg pointing a weapon and shooting it off, and you could make the debate that Donald Trump was dressed in like this kind of clown character, and like it was more like a clown gun with the bang thing that went off. It's like, I don't know, there's just something about it that isn't really like 100% like, oh, that was okay that he did it, like why is there all the outrage? Like, it kind of makes sense. I don't really have any opinion on it, man. I mean, I think that Snoop Dogg definitely was like inciting and was aware that this would happen if he showed the video and put it in the video. He couldn't have just been like, I'm gonna show myself shooting this fake gun at the president, and then it'll just be in there. It'll just be for whatever comedic effect or whatever message he's trying to put out there by putting this in there. And there's no way that he wasn't aware of the backlash that it was going to give to him. So, I mean, it's really up in the air if it should be not so controversial or it is deserving of the controversy. But I think the funniest thing is this whole situation where Donald Trump, who is a president, is talking to Snoop Dogg on Twitter about this video. I think it's just a really weird fucking time that we're living in. Drake's new album called More Life is out, and I will be doing a video review on that. I'll probably be doing a little quick thoughts video, but I do need to listen to it more. Apparently the Gorillaz track list leaked. It features Vince Staples, Danny Brown, Dram, Pusha T, and a lot of other people, but the thing is that they don't know if it's real or not. I hope that is real because that would be sick. Those are incredible artists to have featured with the Gorillaz, and I am very much looking forward to their new album. The making of the song Slide by Calvin Harris featuring Frank Ocean and the Migos is put on YouTube now, and the video is just Calvin Harris. He's showing all the little clips, and it's kind of funny because he's doing it on his phone, and it looks like just a bunch of Snapchat little clips. The video is awesome because it shows all these sounds that I wasn't even aware of before just regularly listening to the song. Like, there were only like 3 different kind of sounds that I was really focusing on during the song, and like the vocals. But then when you're watching the video and you're watching him make the actual song, there's like 10 different sounds in there that I didn't even hear before. So it's really cool watching it. I loved watching the creation of songs and like studio videos of artists, and so this was a really great video to watch, and I love the song. It's still one of my favorite songs of the year, and it definitely deserves all the props that it gets. The Nardwuar vs. Designer interview has come out at the South by Southwest this year. Very good interview. Designer is crazy. Like, it is so funny that I've never heard someone just blatantly talk the way that he talks, and just the way that he speaks is so like, I've never heard anything like it before, and I really like miss half of the things that he says. It's just like really 50-50 when it comes to even understanding him, and it's like, wow, how can, like, I didn't know that this guy would really sound the way that he does in the music as well. It's insane to me. Apparently Gucci Mane is writing an autobiography, and I mean, the thing is, I never really listened to Gucci like that. I do respect him for, you know, his name and what he's done for Southern hip hop, and just the way that he's come out of such situations, and that he's remained at this high point. And I think that he's been through some interesting stuff, so it should consist of a very interesting autobiography. One of the Redditors wrote up a piece saying why American Wedding by Frank Ocean is one of the greatest songs ever made, and he killed it. He went into extreme detail. And I think it is also an incredible song. It's definitely one of my favorite Frank Ocean songs ever. One of the greatest songs ever made, though. I don't know, that might be a little bit of a stretch, but the song is very good. And it's so interesting because, I mean, Hotel California, the original song, that was always a song that really caught my attention even as a kid. And it always stuck out to me in that way, and I always respected it on some certain level and loved it. But then once I heard American Wedding and got so attached to that song, it's funny because the other day Hotel California came on and I was like, wow, this just isn't hitting me the same way as it used to or did before or should in a way. I mean, it's weird that the American Wedding song has had such a more impactful meaning in my life than the original Hotel California has now, and it's just crazy to me. But American Wedding is really honestly that good of a song, and the whole concept behind it is really touching and relatable. I mean, Frank's voice and singing is just beautiful in the way that he makes you picture this whole relationship in one, and then the whole divorce part of it in the long run in the second verse. It's just really, really impactful. So I definitely do believe that's one of Frank Ocean's best songs ever. To Pimp a Butterfly turned 2 years old, and that is crazy to me. Actually, it's not that crazy. It seems pretty accurately timed. How does it hold up? And I gotta say, I do believe it is still one of the best hip-hop albums ever. The message in it is too powerful for it not to be, and the deliverance and the sonically it is just so different still. I mean, it is such a different sound than just the mainstream average kind of hip-hop that you'll hear on the radio or even in like more popular brands of hip-hop. And I think it really did, it's weird. It had a weird kind of impact on hip-hop and in music in general. I think that it didn't really change how artists make their music, or if they have a message in their music, or if, you know, how they create their music. I don't think it really impacted the culture or genre like that, but instead it made artists say or realize that they can do so much more with an album or with the music that they make in terms of the creativeness that goes into it, because there's so many different creative aspects of To Pimp a Butterfly that Kendrick made me realize. At least the whole concept of the album and just the messages behind it were just so crazy to me, and just the whole ending of the album and the poem within the album was so different, and not like I'd never really experienced an album like that before. And I think a lot of artists have realized with this album, To Pimp a Butterfly, that, whoa, we can do so much more. Like, he made the thinking outside of the box in music terms he stepped it up in levels in that. But the thing is that although I do revisit the album a lot, I can understand why people wouldn't really revisit it, and like it doesn't really have too high of replay value. And it's only because once you hear the album and you live through it once, and then you get everything that you can from the album, then you're like, oh wow, that is an incredible piece of work, but there's no real need to revisit it over and over again. Like Mortal Man, for example, I'll listen to the first part, but I'd never really listen to the whole poem anymore, just because I've already taken the message from it. But sonically, I revisit it a lot. I love the tracks Mama, Institutionalized, Alright, Hood Politics. There are a lot of tracks on here that I really love, but again, I understand it if people don't really revisit it. But like I said, I still think it's one of the best albums in hip-hop. An article says that Travis Scott's new album, Astroworld, might be his best music ever. And I think I've actually seen, like, I think this has been said about his other albums before, like, what was his last album even called? Birds, whatever it was called. I think I saw a headline that said that album was supposed to be like the best music he's ever made. I'm gonna listen to Astroworld when it comes out, if it ever comes out, but Birds was like not that good at all. I'm still really disappointed by that album, and I think he could have done better. And I hope it's nothing like Birds, because I hope it's more like Rodeo and Days Before Rodeo, because those two projects were really unique and different. But I mean, we'll see. Rick Ross's new album came out called Rather You Than Me, and I haven't listened to it yet. I kind of am planning on listening to it, but I've just been listening to this Drake album nonstop, so I haven't really gotten a chance to listen to anything else yet. I really want to give a very consistent review for this Drake. I want to listen to it fully, completely. I want to give it as much of a chance as I can, because I don't feel like I gave Views that chance that it deserved. But maybe it didn't deserve it because it wasn't really that good. Honestly, that might be it for this week. There's not really too much that's happened besides all that Snoop Dogg stuff, and Rick Ross put out an album and Drake put out an album. So the Drake putting out an album thing was pretty much the whole consistency of this week. It was a not too eventful of a week, honestly. There's some new stuff that happened. Oh, Big Boy announces Big Grams too. I'm actually really looking forward to that. I really did enjoy the first Big Grams collab project, which is Fanagram and Big Boy together. It was only like 7 songs though, so I hope that this one will actually be like more songs and a little bit more material. But I did really enjoy the first one, but there's not really too much, man. I'm glad that we are seeing some more projects being released, and some more names being dropped out there, like Joey Badass is going to be putting out an album, Gorillaz, and someone else I can't remember, I was just thinking of. But I'm just glad that we're getting to this point finally where people are starting to release albums now. Finally, it feels like forever that there's been like a big long like, oh shit, a new album came out, oh shit, today's a new album, new album, new album, new album, new album. And it's like this year's just been dragging with that. But anyway, yeah, so be looking out for that quick thoughts of the new Drake. I'll tell you right now, I do like it, so there you go. But yeah, that's it for this week. It was a not that really eventful week. Maybe next time I'll have a new camera by then, but until then, peace.